Hey guys, welcome to the teams ahead of our practice match tomorrow. It's Tuesday, 27th of February. We're a little early. Teams are going to be announced at 5 p.m, but I thought it was just important that we hang out a little bit beforehand, gather some conversation, gather a bit of a vibe check as to how we're all feeling, and just hang out a little bit, go through some news, answer some questions, ask some questions, and then at 5 p.m. we're going to have the teams drop. So good afternoon to all of you. Peter, hello mate. Mitch, good to see you, my friend. Toby, I haven't seen you in a while, mate. What a pleasure to have you here. I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing you on the fan cams tomorrow night. Chills, Lockie Jack, Genki Rose, Konnichiwa. Hey, Jared, Jess Goats, the goat of them all. It's Jess. George, Paul, good to have you all here, guys. It was a good show last night. I started feeling another layer of excitement as we inch closer. We've got 10 days to go. Can you believe that? 10 days until the first bounce of opening round. It's fascinating. Michael from LA. Amazing. Welcome, mate. Welcome. Matula, Pat, I think I missed Christian, and Paul, and Rob. Rowan's here. Brian's here. It's good to have you guys here. Hey, I got a letter today. Got a letter from Corey Durden. It's my Guernsey Club letter for the sponsorship. Where are we? Let me read this out to you. I reckon he's written this himself. He says, "Dear Terry Degani, Blue Abroad, welcome to the Guernsey Club ahead of the upcoming 2024 AFL season. Firstly, I want to thank you for your passion and unwavering support in our team by becoming a Guernsey Club sponsor for 2024. The unity within and surrounding the club has never felt stronger, and with the AFL season soon upon us, we look forward to building on that both on and off the field. We understand clubs earn success, not teams. The connection to our fans is our competitive advantage. The energy of the Carlton Army, the incredible atmosphere you create. There is nothing like it in the competition, and we can't wait to have you along for the ride. Thank you once again for your support, and we look forward to seeing you during the season. Go Blues." Obviously, a generic letter, but not, because there's something I'm starting to notice as a trend that I'm seeing in emails, in all sorts of announcements, and that is the use of the word competitive advantage and the connection to the fans. The connection to the fans, I feel like, it's always been referred to, and, we have a passionate fan base, etc., etc., but they're really dialing in on the competitive advantage part when it comes to all communication. It's something I've noticed. So there you go. The Corey Durden signature down the bottom. And we're ready to go for another year of sponsoring Durds. And it's a big year for Durds. He's going to put it all together, hopefully, this year. He's got a few pre-seasons under the belt. He's had a little bit of adversity, some setbacks with his body. But, I really do believe in him. There's a reason why we picked him as the one we wanted to sponsor, not just because we could, but I just think he's made of the right stuff mentally. And if the body can just hold up and match his mentality, I think we're in for a really, really special career. So there we go. Mitchell, is there an injury report before the teams are announced? I don't know. What we're going to do is, whenever anything comes out, I've got my screen here to my right. You guys are here to my left. When any news comes out, whether it's an injury report or anything, I will get it up on screen and go from there. So yeah, Jack, I think you might be right on this one. I feel like they might go together hand in hand. Marchbank, this is an interesting one. He had a post-viral symptoms, which is what kept him out last week. It's you know what it sounds like? It sounds like it's unlucky is what it sounded like to me. So I think I really want to see Caleb Marchbank playing tomorrow. I think in particular, without Jacob Wiedering, I think Caleb Marchbank is the one that we need him out there. We need that experience. He's the one that can really help us not feel the loss of Wiedering as much. Gab, is that uni? but the grind doesn't stop. 4 quarters of Jack Carroll, please, Vossi. Yeah, I'm up with that. I'm up with that. I'm with you. Played the second half last week, which was a bit of a surprise. Didn't see him in the VFL match either, so he must be close. We're going to find out. Mitchell, hello, mate. Rob, update on Walshy. No update from last night. We went through Patrick Cripps's presser. Maybe we can do that. How about that? We're going to watch Patrick Cripps talk for 3 minutes and 42 seconds together, and we can all decipher what this all means.
But he's I don't really have an update, but he's had a full pre-season. He got a bit stiff, but he's actually going really well. Good train yesterday, he was running, so I think everything's sort of progressing nicely for him now. So other than that, I can't give you much more, but he'll play a lot of footy this year.
What's the latest on his car?
They're still bigger than mine, even though
Asking about Wiedering.
even though he hasn't used it for about 6 weeks. But he's going well. He's running again, so I think the aim is around North Melbourne in the Good Friday game. So he's a pro. He'll make sure he's back pretty quick. So unfortunate, but he'll make sure he's ready to roll when he's ready.
That's Fantasia tracking.
Yeah, he's been great. He's
Fantasia?
he's had a pretty much full pre-season for us. Great guy, very, very intelligent, really good for our forward mix. So I thought he was really impressive against Geelong. And then, got another hit out this week against Melbourne. And, it's exciting. So we've got a lot of young small forwards. So to get into the club, not only from a sort of performance level, but also mentor some of these young forwards and these smarts, he's going to be a great sort of help for not only our forwards, but our club.
Zach Williams, do you think he'll be there to start the season?
Zach Williams?
The way he's been training, I reckon he will. I'm not sure if he's playing this week or not, but he's done a lot of sort of inter-club matches and that. He's going to make us a much better side in terms of that sort of power and creativity off that back line. And he basically exited rehab the other day, so we got around him in the meeting. So he's done a power of work, and he had a really big year last year, so it's great to see him smiling.
You saw the best and the worst and the best of you last year. How are you feeling heading into this season? And there's a lot of expectation, not just outside but inside.
Expectation?
Yeah, our expectations, mate, that's something we can't control, so I don't really buy into all that stuff. But we're really clear on what makes us a good side. I'm really clear on what makes me a good player, so I know what we've got to focus on, and that's exciting. You can either go into these years anxious or excited, and we're all excited. So we've done a power of work. We're really strong in our identity and our belief what makes us a good side. So we just want to get up to the Gabba and attack it and see where it goes. And there will be adversity throughout the year. It always happens when you play footy, but we've been through a lot as a group now that we know our way forward.
The Blues will play more prime time or just as much prime time as anyone else in the comp, I think, this year.
Talking about prime time matches here.
From the AFL and the way you play football and the style of football that Carlton plays.
I think there's a bit of that. I think there's also we're a club with a lot of passionate fans that bring great energy. So when we're up and about, there's a good buzz around town. So I know if you talk to any Carlton supporter and fan there, they can't wait for the year to kick off. But I see it as a privilege to play in those time slots. I grew up watching them Thursday, Friday night footy, and that's big crowds, playing with your mates. That's what you want to do. So we're lucky to do that, and we'll make sure we play some good footy.
And just quickly, team to beat.
Collingwood is the team to beat because they're premiers. So, I think they've had a great couple of years. I think Brisbane are going to be really hard to beat as well. So, they're the two, obviously grand finalists for a reason. I think we played Brisbane first, and we got 2 cracks at Collingwood. So, they're the games you love to get up for.
Just that first game, is the G going to be ready after Tay?
Yeah, it's interesting. I just hope the surface is the same surface across the whole sort of the G. Last year when we played, it was sort of 2 different sort of surfaces on the ground, which part of it was good, part of it was really slippery. So as long as it's all in sort of one sort of bit of grass, and hopefully it should be good.
There you go. I did see somewhere though, with the MCG turf, they're relaying the whole lot. So last year they did half of the ground. I think Cripps just alluded to it there. So, and if you guys, those of you who went to the game last year, remember half the turf it looked one way and half the turf the other. But this year they're changing and they're resetting the entire oval. So that's a positive for when we do come up against the Tigs. Somebody had something interesting here. Taj, teams are out at 5 o'clock. Got 20 minutes, 5 p.m. We'll get them up on screen and dissect them. Mitch, you're listening to David King talk about TDK and Pitt net, stating, for us to be successful in counter-punching, we need to not play Pitt and use Harry as our second. Weird take, I thought. Yeah, I mean, the opinions are going to be varied. I think we said it last night. It's just game by game. Jack, the latest that you heard is that Marchie had COVID. So you were told this by someone, Marchbank, or you read it somewhere? Where's that coming from? Interesting. So of the players that we're about to have announced, who are some, let's actually talk about the teams. Who are some of the guys that you don't think you need to see that played last week? And who are some of the guys that you think you want to see? Let's talk about who you want to see that didn't play enough for you last week. I actually want to see Chincotta play tomorrow night. I still think there's a way in which he can get into the side. I definitely want to see him. I don't know where Always at either. I definitely want to see him in this mix. I might get the injury report up as well from last week. Let's have a look. Yeah, this is what we had last week. Let's check this out. So all from last week. So Corey Durden's back in full training from last week. He's available next week. Marchie's got post-viral symptoms following an illness. Club will determine return to play once progress further in training program. So that, hopefully we find out today with the injury report. Hopefully it all comes in one. You can package it all up. Doesn't seem like Jack Martin's an option. Doesn't seem like Murkov's an option. Okay, Always won't be available based on this. This was last week. So it says 2 weeks. Jack obviously not there. Walshy we know won't play. Jacob Wiedering won't play. Someone asked earlier about Zach Williams. He's playing in the VFL. But this morning they put out a tweet and they changed the VFL practice match to a closed session. So we're not going to be able to watch that. It's not going to be on KO. I feel like it should be. Not on KO, but maybe on the club website. I don't know what sort of resources they've got to pull to get that done, but I feel like they're going to be filming it anyway. I'd love to have everything available. I don't know if there's going to be as big a crowd as what I thought last week because of the weather, because it's so hot. But yeah, get Wop in the ruck. Give him a go, mate. Yeah, Martin doesn't seem like we're going to see him. Williams, we're not going to see him tomorrow night. He's going to play in the VFL scratch match, though. Binns, where would you play him? I think if he's going to crack into this side, I don't know if it's going to be on the wing. I feel like it'll be across the half-forward line. I don't know. I feel like that wing position for us is just stacked all of a sudden. Kennedy's another one. Good shout. I think Moya might have to be fast-tracked now with Jack Martin having this MCL sprain. Don't know if that's going to have him ready for opening round or round 1 or round 2. Have a feeling they're going to be taking it easy with him. And why risk him? But we'll see. Lemmy in the ones, Genk. You think in the ones you'd want to see? I wouldn't mind seeing a bit of Billy Wilson in the ones as well. See how he handles it. Ultimately, it's all about this. Just get through. Don't get injured. That's the main thing. Crappy. Squads come in at 5 p.m. And I have a feeling the injury update will come at the same time. So we'll have all of it there ready to go to react. I'll share the screen and we'll just tick them off one by one. By the way, in the live chat, I've pinned the link in the live chat. Pins, they're back on the agenda. $17 pins. So if you're new to the channel and you're not aware, the pins cost $17 until we win a premiership, and then they're going to cost $18 until we win another one. Then they'll cost $19. You get it? So make sure you get your pins before the season. I've got plenty left. They go really well on your scarf, like that. And yeah, get your orders in. I'm home now, so I can fulfill them all really quickly. So make sure if you haven't got a pin for the season, you get a pin up and about. This is where I think we might see Matt Kennedy a bit more, particularly if he's named today. But it's a bit of a grey area because, I mean, you look at this injury report, he's not on it. So I'm going to hope that he's okay. Brandon, next week, $17 means Blues going for the 17th flag. That's correct. That's correct. Can't wait to find out if Manny's sacked from Forever Rivals. Well, you will find out next week, Tuesday, 7 p.m. The boys are back. I'm excited to have them back too. The channel's not the same without the Jumper Punch. A lot of the other shows are back, but the boys are staples of the channel. I actually caught up with Paul Sebastiani today for a quick coffee and just to chat about the year ahead. It's they're going to take everyone. I think everyone's taking things to another level. Got a bit more experience. I think mostly we've got experience in how to handle ourselves. So I look forward to that improving across the board as well. KO is a play on KO, like as in knockout in boxing. Yeah, I never thought about it like that, to be honest with you. Genki, Lemmy could be the man to replace JSOS as our third tall. He could. He could. I feel like he's got a little bit more development to go. Consolidate last year, dominate, get some consistency in the VFL, hit the scoreboard. He plays a little bit in the ruck as well. And I think eventually you might be right. I want to see Pito tomorrow, to be honest. I am big on TDK. I'm team TDK, but I'm equally as much team Pito and what he brings. Ollie, I don't know the answer to this question, but I feel like we could get this done. If we really wanted to get it done, it might just depend on how many of the AFL listed boys are there. I don't know. Predictions for Richmond Collingwood? That's this evening, isn't it? I reckon. I don't know what the game time will be. I went to watch North Melbourne and Collingwood last week at AIA Centre, and the Pies played, a lot of their better players for literally a quarter and a half, to say a half, and then it was all younger guys, VFL listed guys with a couple of plays in there. So it depends on how much they play. If they play a full strength side, I don't know. I feel like they're just going to take it easy. It is interesting to see the better teams from last year, how they're managing the preseason. I don't know if our fan base has accepted the fact that we're good because we're just kind of not going through the motions, but the intensity defensively is certainly not there from us. I think we're just trying to get through, try some things on offense. We haven't really clicked as an efficient offensive side just yet. But yeah, it was interesting to see Collingwood's approach to that game, and even their fans, the way they were talking about it, like they've got nothing to prove at this time of year. So to answer your question, let's go with Richmond by 11. See how that one goes. Thoughts on Rob playing in the ones? You mean Rob Monaghan, Irish fella? You heard Collingwood supporters are boycotting purchasing anything at Icon Park tonight. Petty. Oh, well. Where does one hear this, by the way, Rowan? Where does one hear such information? That's very peculiar. Who is first choice? I don't know. Some games, I think it's Pito. Some games, I think it's TDK. I think eventually TDK will be clearly the number one if he isn't already. We're in a really nice spot, and we've been able to manage him and not force game time into him the way we had done in the past with previous ruckman. I think of Matthew Cruiser not having a backup ruckman there probably hindered his career because we just threw him out there from an early point. So I don't know. I think it's Teams for tomorrow, Marcus. How are you, mate? 5 p.m. 10 minutes. I'm pretty sure we're going to get an injury update as well as the team's update. They did it last week, so we just got about 10 more minutes to go. If anyone does see anything online about the teams, just let me know. I'm pretty much just waiting for a tweet so I can share my screen. What about the thumbnails? Somehow get better every year. Yeah. I can't even tell you. So in between Ethan getting the job at Carlton and now having Luke and Kai join the team, the stress of the thumbnails and how we were going to be able to get anything close to Ethan, I can't tell you how I was racking my brain. Fortunately, just came across Luke for the YouTube thumbnails, and he's a North Melbourne supporter, so it's the first time we've had somebody on board that's not a Carlton supporter, but he is aware of the channel, so he understood the style, ready to work hard and get after it. So I'm really, really happy with it. Wait till you see the new Carlton People thumbnail. It's just beautiful. It really is. I put their Instagrams up there. It would be really important to get around these guys. They're going to be with us for a while now. So it'd be really important if you have Instagram to go and run these accounts up. So this is Luke, LB Graphics. He does our YouTube thumbnails. And this is Kai. He'll be doing more of the design for the Instagram posts, game day posts, etc. I love it. I love what they're about. So it would be really good if you haven't followed them on Instagram yet to just go and show them a bit of love. These are some of the thumbnails if you haven't seen. So firstly, this is the channel art. You got the thumbnails, very similar to last year. Fresh BA show. We'll have the review coming up at some point. So yeah, the stress about them is gone. Richard, for our centre bounce contested game, we need Pito, who was an elite tap ruckman. We play better with him in the team. Yeah, and that's the thing. We will come up against teams that are not going to play the slingshot style that the Pies play. And those are the types of teams I feel like would be better suited to Pito or having Pito out there. And then there will be teams where it's just a fast-paced game. Collingwood's probably one of them. I just think of finals and how it all zeroes in a little bit and it all slows down a little bit and the contest really starts to become a feature. And you need a guy that's in there that can create space because it's very hard to find it in finals. So, how did I go getting tickets? Got them, secured them. I'll be there nice and early tomorrow. Ransom, the game's tomorrow, bro. I think Melbourne, Australia play a strong team. I think that Melbourne and us are in similar parts of our understanding of how to manage a preseason. I don't think they're going to show us too much. I was thinking about it. Will they play May and Lever? If they do, I would like to see Harry and Charlie play just to see if maybe we can find something that we can do with their defensive scheme because they're elite defensively and we both are contested sides, Steve Smith in Thailand. Whereabouts? Whereabouts in Thailand? I just got back. 6 month that's a long vacation. What are you doing for 6 months? That's incredible. Average. They're playing to avenge a bad finals loss to us. Yeah. And there's a narrative around, the D's and like going out in straight sets 2 years. But when you really look at if you look at 2023, they lost both their finals last year by less than a kick. I've got an interview coming out with Caden McDonald at 6 p.m. this evening. Really nice in-depth chat. And it was important for me to get the perspective of the Melbourne Footy Club from someone that doesn't work in mainstream media, like to get it from a real fan. I highly recommend you stick around at 6 p.m. for that chat. Just to get a bit of perspective that maybe we will learn for the future. I feel like the D's are ahead of us. They definitely are in terms of their window. Their window started earlier. They've won the flag. Now they've had a little bit of adversity that's come their way. And not to say that we're going to have the same adversity, but we're definitely going to have adversity. They were at a point where the rise up, they were the darlings of the AFL. And I feel like that might have been us last year. And then once you start rising and you consolidate your rise, then the knives start coming out. It's just the way the world works. So looking forward to that. Game subbed out player with flex speed. Potentially. Can you ask Luke Sayers to get the club to make a Blake bobblehead? I don't know if Luke Sayers has the final say on such matters. I don't know. I feel like that's more of a commercial sales team. I don't know. But, I mean, yeah. To me, it seems when TDK Rucks doesn't do taps to advantage, just jumps and hopes to tap the ball. We won't direct it. Would like to know the evidence behind that. I think we'd need to look at the numbers on that one. Predictions? Not telling. I will have an AFL season predictions video where I'll do the ladder. And I will also have a Carlton season preview and predictions video that I do every year. They will be coming out before we play opening round. So you'll see them in the video. Barbs, you think the D's are past it? I don't know which way it's going to go. I tend to believe, I mean, based off how we saw Carlton last year, I think this is everything that's happening in and around Melbourne right now is a test of their resolve. Do I believe in their leaders? I do. I believe they're good enough. I believe they won a flag. Obviously, 2021 dipped a little bit. And I think there's a bit of maturity that has to take place. A lot of their stars are in that prime age, 28. Petrarca's 28. I think Clary's 28. Salem, they're in this really nice, mature part of their careers. I don't think they're done. Will they be a top 4 side? I think they're thereabouts, 4th to 6th, around there. But we'll see. Hey, Damien, just got on the train. Is that the train from the end of your day? You're on the way home? Ransom Shark. I agree with this. He's so important to our midfield. Just does the basics so well. Stephen, you're in Jomtien, awesome hotel, great pool. You're playing golf 3 times a week in completion, usually about 50 players. There you go. Love that. Love that for you. Predictions. Carlton first, Premiership, Walsh Brownlow, Cripps, Norwich, Charlie Coleman. Yeah. Brandon, Melbourne are like the 06 Eagles, a drug culture. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or if it's just a couple of them. Time will tell. We're going to find out either at the end of this year or when one of them writes a book when they retire. We'll certainly find out. No disagreement here. I'm happy to see that. What about you guys? What are your predictions? How many wins for the Blues this year? How many wins? Outside of Carlton, have any other teams caught my eye? I am very bullish. That's a prediction. Very good. I'm very bullish on the Swans. Although they've just started to have a few nasty injuries. Luke Parker broke his arm. I think Callum Mills has a shoulder issue. But I'm really, really bullish on the Swans adding Grundy, a motivated 30-year-old Grundy who's still got plenty left in the tank, Taylor Adams, etc. So I'm really bullish on them. I don't know if they'll start as well as what they'll finish, but I like them. I am not buying into the Hawthorn hype just yet. I respect them, but I'm not buying into it. I think Collingwood's going to be just as good, if not better, this year. I think when they've won a premiership, I don't think they're an older side like what Geelong were. They were at the end of their run. I think the Pies are going to have this premiership confidence about them. They already have the confidence and they want a premiership. So I think it's going to give them a little bit of extra edge and teams are going to be chasing them. So they're going to be innovating and figuring out ways to get better. I don't see a Collingwood drop off at all. I think they're going to be just as good, if not better. But we shall see. Teams will be out any minute. Any minute. Let's have a look at your predictions. 16, 17 wins. This is where I'm at as well. 16, 17 wins. I'm with you on that. 18 would be a dream. Baggers 19 wins, top of ladder. 15 wins plus. Yeah, I did see this video talking about Vossi in the gym. I did see it was funny. Yo, where's our teams at, man? All right. Yeah, this doesn't help as well. Too many injuries. Hawthorn will be bottom 4 close to because of their injuries. Yeah, and they're nasty long-term injuries to their key position players. It's crazy. Shane, 16 wins for the Blues. You think we'll finish third, top 4 in order. Brisbane, Swans, Carlton, Collingwood. Yeah. So Port Adelaide is the other one that's been in the top 4 for a while. I am curious to see, they've got new leadership. So Connor Rozee, first-year captain. I can't think of many captains in their first year that just it clicked and they nailed it. There's always lessons to be learned. I think Cripps was no different. And I'm curious to see how that trickles down to the rest of them. Now, obviously, Boak's still there. They've got great personalities there. But Connor Rozee, it's a different responsibility. I think no different to, or to a lesser extent, I should say, to Charlie Curnow having this added weight on his shoulders of being a leader. Now, pressure is a good thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but I just feel like Connor Rozee he'll be better as a captain in year 3 of captain than year 1. It's just the way it goes. And so I'm wondering if that's going to have any effect on the team's performance. So we'll see. But I still do rate Port. Lou, you think the Pies will slide? Where do you think they'll slide to? Geelong, you think Geelong's a danger? Yeah, I think as long as they're fit and available, particularly the senior guys, they will be a good side. And we play them twice in the regular season. So, yeah. Josh, you went 19-4. Of course you did. Christian, honestly more interested in which interstate games we win. 2 trips to New South Wales, a trip to Brisbane, trip to Adelaide for Port. It's a good point. At this stage, are either of you going interstate? I am penciling in Gather Round and maybe go back to the SCG. We do play Perth. I'm pretty sure we play the Eagles in Perth, Christian. I'm pretty sure. Get Broden Kelly on BA. I would love to. I'm a fan. I love his work. I didn't realize how much footy content he does now. I would love to get him on. I think all in good time. Inshallah, as they say. All in good time. It'll happen. No Cripps in the lineup. Have you seen the teams? Or are you saying you don't want to see Cripps in the lineup? Because I'm refreshing here. I don't see any teams. Oh, I stand corrected. Jack Harrell definitely played in the VFL game last week. My bad. Thanks for that, Julie. No teams yet. Let's see. Marcos. Dill's latest episode with Isaac Smith was really interesting. Okay. I haven't listened to it. I'll take your word. Essendon bottom 6. I actually think I can see Essendon not dissimilar to last year, in the mix, maybe fall away late, but I actually think they'll be better, a bit more consistent. I think Jake String is in for a big year. It's a contract year as well. I hate to say it, but I do believe the Bombers will be better. I'm a believer. Saints and the Cats to make the 8. So who would come out in that situation? Lily. Fantasia, if he's healthy, can kick 35 and push for AA. We get 35 goals from Fantasia. It's ridiculously good business. Let's see. Lou, Essendon coach to get sacked. Didn't he just come to the club? I like it. That's a bold call. Can you imagine? Lou, you think the Pies will slide to 6th or 8th on the ladder? Gather around is sold out. It is. Cam, how good do you think we'd be if we had a Tyson Stengel or a Shea Bolton in our team? Feel like it's the final piece. I think Jesse Motlop is our version of Stengel. Shea Bolton, we don't have a Shea Bolton. We don't have that. I mean, it's a hard one. You know, Richmond don't have a Patrick Cripps or a Sam Walsh or a Charlie Curnow. Tom Lynch, for me, is more of a Harry Mackay type forward than a Charlie Curnow forward, if that makes any sense. It's a good question, though. Man, where are these damn teams at? Geordie, full house tomorrow. I don't know. I feel like they've prepared in the event that there is a full house and they've made the tickets available. You pay your $5. I feel like the weather is going to keep people out. It's so hot tomorrow. And it's going to be warm in the evening. But we'll see. We will see. Play West Coast in Perth and Freo in Adelaide. Okay, that's right. Broden likes Carlton now mainly as a club and giving access. Yeah, I mean, Carlton's good. Carlton is great. Everybody wants a piece of Carlton, mate. That's where the dreams are made of. Lockie, you think we're capable of going 20-3 or 21-2, but I doubt that would happen. I'm guessing 7. If we won 20 games in a season, it would be just bliss. Just blissful, because 6 years ago we won 2 games for the season. So and that's where I feel like our fan base is different now than what it used to be. Like there's a humility because we've come from the depths of, despair. 7-77 against Freo at halftime. Like those are pretty raw memories still. Less than 10 years old. So the idea of us winning 20 games in a season, it would be so much fun. Yeah, I don't mind the rolling fixture because I think it allows the AFL to think about the fixture a little bit more. If you put out the full fixture before the year starts and you bank on certain teams being good and you put them in primetime slots, like they did in 2018 with us, I think it would be good to have the option to sort of fix it. I don't mind it. Bit more about Essendon. Sneak into finals. Does anybody have team updates? No. North. I think North can win 4 to 5 games this year. I believe that. Who would you put in the bottom 6 other than the bottom 3 teams? You will find out when I upload my season predictions video. I'll do a ladder. There's only one thing I can guarantee. It's going to be wrong. It's the only thing I can guarantee. I love that someone's asking me a basketball-related question here. Nah, Jokic. Jokic is the best player in the world at the moment. For me. Ollie Hollins would be better than Shea. It's a big call. Shea's great. Shea is elite. George, nah, mate. I'm getting tickets. I mean, I'll be there early, so I feel like it's not going to be a packed house when I get there tomorrow, so I will be able to get in. But I just reserve my tickets just in case. Just in case. I think there's going to be a lot of unlucky guys this year. I mean, Chincotta played a significant amount of games last year. So did Boyd. I don't know how many games they're going to play this year, but, we'll see. Melbourne supporters won't turn up. Their cheese platters won't survive the heat. Very good. Very good, Shane. 39 degrees. Yeah, I'm with you, Josh. I don't think we're going to have a massive turnout. I see 34 degrees on my phone for tomorrow. That's changed. It did say 37, but I do see, the peak of it, like 34 degrees at 6 p.m., like the actual peak of the day when we arrive at Icon Park, which, to be honest, is very unique because we get a perfect preparation for Brisbane Heat at night when we play 6 days later. So, Paul, I wish I could permanently put this like there. Patience is absolutely the final piece. All right, I'm falling behind these comments now. Yeah, I'm refreshing as well. It's got to come out any minute. Any minute. They did say 5 p.m. I'm sure I read that the teams would be out at 5 p.m. Mitch, is there a blue board footy tipping comp? No, but there is. Oh, mate, the footy grid today is perfect. There is. You should, and all of you should get around the Carlton Cheer Squad tipping comp. I'm going to log in and get the link. It's with ESPN Footy Tips. I forgot the amount to enter. But that's okay. So if you go on, even just on the Cheer Squad website, let's have a look. Captain Cheer Squad, stand by. Yeah, I don't do tipping comp. I did one the year before and last year, and it's just a little bit too much for me to handle. So this link here is the link to the footy tipping competition with the Carlton Cheer Squad. Everyone's in it, so I highly recommend you get around it. It's also a good way to support the Cheer Squad, who do a phenomenal thing for us as a club. So, yeah. Am I growing my hair long again? Nah, I'm down with the short hair at the moment, to be honest with you. Also, I'm going to go back and do the training camp at the end of the year, so the hair's going to come off again no matter what. Toby, the Coleman, I think I wouldn't be surprised if Charlie doesn't win it and he and Harry both kick 65, 70 goals and someone else wins the Coleman like Nick Larkey or Jezza. But I also do believe Charlie can kick more goals than what he did last year somehow. I'm waiting for teams, just waiting for them just patiently. This might turn into a 4-hour stream. You never know. Yeah, I agree. I think the hardest part of off-season is getting through Christmas, because we usually have a Christmas injury, so Christmas week, and then the first half of January. That's the hardest part. Once we hit February, that was it. It all flew by. Thomas, good question. I don't know the answer. I don't know if it's going to be an extended squad. But, yeah. We can't be far away. Can't be far away. Yeah, I think Larky's in for a good year. Yeah, I think he's in that sweet spot of his career. And also, they don't have another option like what we do with Mackay. I think Mackay's going to kick 50 plus goals this year and be back to his goal kicking best. And I think Charlie can kick somewhere about the same as what he did last year, if not more. I also wouldn't be surprised if Charlie plays a bit of a different role and the connection between he and Harry gets a little better and he's setting up more goals for him. But we're very lucky to have them both. Big pressure on Brad Scott if the Bombers do not improve. They started well in 2023. We'll find out this year if that was attributed to new coach syndrome. Maybe. I rate him. I rate them. Their forward line can be a bit suspect if Jake Stringer's not firing, but I think he will fire this year. Yeah. That's a good point as well. Come on. Lockie, you think Charlie's the best chance? Lucky's a good chance, though, and maybe Jez if he doesn't get injured. Yeah. Do I miss my hair? Not really. Not really. It's just so much more efficient. I never would have shaved my head until we did it for Doc. And then, I don't know. I'm just getting a bit older, mate. A bit more perspective. Yeah, I just like the simplicity of it at the moment. I'm sure I'll grow it back at some point. But for 2024, maybe we'll just go the buzz cut. Funny story, actually. I found a new barber where I went, and they have been doing Jacob Wiedering's head for a while now. So that was interesting because I was talking to them, cool guys, Arab guys, Iraqi guys on Chapel Street, and we're talking about footy and Carlton. Like, oh, Jacob Wiedering comes in here, and funnily enough, I got the Jacob Wiedering haircut. So a little bit of trivia for you there. 5:15 or 5:30 teams will be out. Yep. Do you guys do fantasy? I'm doing Dream Team AFL fantasy. I have been a super coach guy my whole life, but I play Draft Stars and it's the AFL fantasy scoring, so it just overlaps. So this year I will be doing AFL fantasy. I'm going to show you my team at some point. I'm waiting for the Carlton teams to come out. And then, yeah. Good question. I don't know. I think so. Charlie for 100. Wow, imagine us. Who do we play late in the year? I think we play St. Kilda. Let's just talk about a scenario that Charlie might kick 100. If he was to kick 100, right? What we got? Premiership. Who do we play late in the year? We play St. Kilda at Marvel. Okay. We play West Coast at Optus the week before that. Play Hawthorn at the G. Okay, let's just say, imagine playing St. Kilda last game of the year and Charlie's lining up for maybe his 100th goal and we're back at Marvel. What else do I have on this week outside of the footy? It's all footy. It's all footy now. It's a total lock-in. It's a lock into the footy now. Yep. We're playing in the grand final against Collingwood. That's all I know. I've read the script. Bring back Malthouse, Shield. You're kidding, mate. You're kidding. Those are literally traumatizing years. St. Kilda round 24. Yeah, we play them in round 23. That could be the week. Who do you guys think will play in the grand final, actually? Let me know. Who plays in the granny? Who makes the granny this year? I think it's Carlton Collingwood. I think in the history of the game, to have Carlton and Collingwood this close to each other in terms of how good both teams are and not have them meet in the finals, it just doesn't make sense. There's another chapter to be written in the history. And I think it makes perfect sense that we're both on 16 premierships now. And I think it would be the perfect equalizer, wouldn't it? Just may the best team win, 1st to 17. No, I'm not going around zero. I'm watching it from home. I personally have no need to go to the Gabba in the first game of the season. I'm happy to stay home and watch it. It'll mean the fan cams will happen straight after the bounce. So there's that. Okay, grand final predictions. Carlton, Brisbane. Carlton, Sydney. I like it. I like that. Harry for Norm. Carlton, Collingwood. Yeah. Blues, Pies. Yeah. Tell me you've been around BA for a couple of years without telling me you've been around BA. It is written in the stars. Sydney, Carlton. Sydney, Carlton qualifying final. Oh, yeah. So we meet up again. I like that. Do I remember 2021? Carlton v GWS. In 2021? Yeah, I do. 12 players didn't lay a tackle in the first half. How could I forget? Come a long way. We've all come a long way since then. I definitely lost my lid that day. I lost my marbles. Carlton, Collingwood, GWS, Carlton. This would just be waterworks, wouldn't it? Carlton, Adelaide. That's the team. That's the team that I'm impressed with. I think Adelaide have got that. Do you remember how we had that weight to carry, that devastation from 2022 and the way it ended? Some may say it was unfair. Some may say we should have got the job done earlier, whatever. I think the Crows have a similar pain that they're bringing into 2024. And I think they will definitely play finals this year. Carlton, Collingwood prelim. It's crazy. It's crazy. I think no matter what, we're definitely seeing, I mean, you can never be so certain, but I really do believe we're certainly seeing a Carlton Collingwood final, whether it's a grand final or whatever. There's business. There's serious business, mate. Imagine losing to the Pies in a grand final. I couldn't handle that. Well, those who were born way before me watched Carlton beat Collingwood in multiple grand finals. So, yeah, imagine being them. Yeah, it's tough. Marcos, I'm with you, mate. I'm with you. You got to respect. You've got to respect the champions. You just do. Crows will make top 4. So who's the rest of the 4, Josh, in your 4? Blues v Giants. Ransom. Nah, no one was disrespectful. I was carrying on like a pork chop that day. That's what happened. Makes my eyebrows look bigger. What makes my eyebrows look bigger? Carlton, Adelaide qualifying final. Carlton, Collingwood prelim. Carlton, Brisbane grand final. Those are 3 very tough matchups. Josh, Blues, Pies, Crows and Lions. Okay. Hello, Joel. Are we up shit creek without Wiedering? You know what? It's a test of the list. We've had Wiedering for a long time. He's been reliable and available. And it was probably the one position on the ground that we don't have actual cover for, especially with Marchbank being sick. But it's just going to force Lewis Young, Kemp, Durden, these guys to develop. It's just going to force them into it, throw them in the deep end. Kind of sucks that we're playing against 2 monster forwards in the first 2 rounds, but yeah, it is what it is. I'm still waiting for teams. We've been stitched up here. I swear they said it was 5 p.m. that the teams were coming out. I swear it. I swear it. Anyway. Oh, okay. Well, no teams. No teams. We've got a D supporter here, Tom. I think this could be our year. Lions are the biggest threat. Yeah, I think the Lions are still going to be up there. I think they've got the resolve and the maturity to not let the grand final affect them as much. Check the AFL website. True. Nah. Hang on. Nah, no. The only teams they've got up on the website for tonight, the Collingwood Richmond. Yeah, Ben, I'm with you. I think Motlop's the one in the sweet spot. Yeah. Fair enough. I think a lot of people will. Teams will be released at 5:30 on the day prior to each game from 0. Okay. So we've got 4 minutes. All right. In 4 minutes, do you want to wait? Do you guys want to see my fantasy team? Does that actually interest anybody here? You can pick it apart, or should we just wait until after? Maybe I'll wait until after the teams are announced. Check the poll on AFL Web. Yes. What do you mean, AFL Web? I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm definitely here. Yeah, so this was what I thought about the prelim. I'm like, we play finals at any final we play at the MCG against an interstate team, I think we have that little bit of an edge that Collingwood had. All right. Moments away. We are moments away from a team. I think this is one of the biggest challenges of our fan base this year and moving forward. As someone who was extremely emotional and panicky and reactive and etc., I think this is honestly the biggest challenge. Like, can we hold our nerve and not create nervous energy because we panic? This is it's one of the number one things I'm looking out for this year. I think there's an onus and a responsibility now for us to not create a hindrance, not get too high, not get too low. Yeah, I just think it's a really, we're gonna have a bad patch. So, yeah. Yeah, I actually believe Supercoach is a better scoring format as well. I do believe that, but I play Draft Stars, and that's just AFL fantasy scoring. Have a look at people's view. What? Huh? Who they think will win the grand final? Mate, where you been? We just put them up on screen. Huh? Says vote for your predictions. Oh, on the AFL website. Wait, okay. Vote, tell us your predictions. Oh, okay. I see. I was like, what are you talking about, bro? Let's have a look. All right. I'll show you. Yeah, says we're still on. We're still on. We're just waiting for teams to come out. Share screen, fan poll, share. All right, let's go. Where's Carl? Wait. Oh, okay. I understand now. My bad. Who is under the most pressure in 2024? Oh. I think the answer to this question is I think it's Melbourne or not Fremantle. Melbourne. I think it's the D's. Yeah, 15%. Carlton. Okay, interesting. Very interesting that. All right. Who will win the premiership? Well, I'm going to say Carlton. Let's have a look. 32% of votes, 774 votes. Is that all? Brisbane, Collingwood, Carlton, GWS in that order. Oh no, Sydney. Interesting. Who will finish a wooden spoon? I think this is still West Coast. I think this is still West Coast. Yeah, 71% of people. Who will most likely jump into the top 8? If I had to pick one team, I'll say Adelaide. We have teams, people. Stand by. Let's go. Okay, live reaction to the teams. Let's do this. Looks like Pito's in. Happy about that. Hang on. All right, let's go. Let's have a look. What do we got? Mark Pitternet will make his first appearance for the year in Carlton's final practice match. Carlton has confirmed his extended team. The Blues, to host the D's, will take in a team of 25 for the practice match 640. Pitternet has been named partnering with Tom De Koning in the ruck. Cincotta has been named on the bench. Amazing. Amazing. The Blues could get their first helping of youngsters with Binns, Billy Wilson, named on a 7-man bench. Binns has named both in the VFL and AFL squad. VFL level, we get Zach Williams back. Fantastic. In what will be his first game of any kind in over 18 months, Williams will be joined by Matthew Kennedy and Sam Durden in the VFL. Unfortunately, due to the time change and given the extreme heat in Melbourne, the VFL game has now been shifted earlier and will be closed to the public. Okay, let's have a look. This is the team. Okay. Boyd, Young, Sard, Kemp, McGovern, Newman. I like that they've stuck with Young and Kemp. I really do. Centre, Cripps, Hollands, Cottrell, Cunners, Kerno, Akers, Fantasia, Mackay, Motlop, Pitto, Doherty, Chera in the middle. Binns, Cincotta, De Koning, Elijah, Hewitt, Wilson, Fogarty. Fogarty keeps his spot. And then the emergencies. Wow. So Jack Carroll won't play. Neither will Moya from last week. And neither will Cowan. So we got Cowan, Zach Williams, Kennedy, Carroll, Binns, Lemmy, Monahan's playing, Durden, Hudson O'Keefe, Don McQuay, Moya, Ramp. Okay. All right. Initial reactions. Yeah, no Marchbank. So he's obviously still feeling sick. Initial reactions, guys, to the team. Unpopular opinion, but I think you persist with Lewis Young and Brody Kemp and you don't throw the baby out with the bath water. Also, you have to because Marchbank's sick. I'm only assuming he's still sick based off that report last week. We don't have an injury report. I thought we might get one. but we don't have one. Billy Wilson. It is good to see him in there. Yeah. All right. What is your reaction, people? Let me know. Yes, Akers at half forward is interesting. I feel like these guys, Akers, Hollands, Cottrell, they're going to be playing, even Doherty, they're going to be playing that half forward wing back up to each other all year. I think that's just them. Kennedy should be playing. Kennedy is playing. Kennedy's playing in the VFL. I'm happy to see these guys. I'm happy to see Chincotta. Wait, where is he? Where's his name? Did I say his name? Yeah. Okay. Yes, you are, mate. Yes, you are. It's a pretty full strength team, let's be honest. That's a fairly strong team. Yeah, he does not have any luck. Little bit disappointed not to see Owies or Durden, although they're going to be back and available next week. So, yeah, Binns will play in both. Feel like that means we might see him in the second half. But we'll see how that one plays out. Owies is he's injured. We said that from last week. What time is VFL? I don't know what time VFL is. These are the guys here who are in the VFL. Our AFL listed players who are playing in the VFL tomorrow are here. Nah, Owies is injured again, as we read out earlier. Clayton Oliver. Oh, yeah, I haven't even looked at the Melbourne team. Let's take a look. Where does one go to look at both teams? I don't know, Jasmina. I think they're just getting him ready. I'm going to stop screen sharing. Share this. Let's have a look. The D's. No Hunter, no Oliver, no McAdam, no Petty. Let's have a look at their forwards. So Van Rooyen, yeah, see, it's a different type of forward line. There's one key tall. And the rest are just mid-size, we'll call them. So it's a different look. AFL that, bestie. Thank you, bestie. I think they're just getting minutes into Zach and hopefully get him ready for opening round. He's also right on the 12-month period. If you remember this time last year, we did the interview with Zach Williams after he had done the ACL. I think it was a week ago, 12 months ago today. So, yep. They're the teams for both of us. Do you guys expect a win tomorrow? Like, do you go in there saying, if I don't see a win, I won't be happy? What do you actually expect tomorrow in a sentence? The girls are trying to get this to stick. They're calling me Father Bestie. I don't know how this will go, but we'll see. On paper, it's a 5-goal win, but the Heat is going to make it tough. Yeah, Jack Martin, we saw last week, we saw the injury report. He has the MCL injury, and it's to experience an MCL sprain. Will return to full training next week. Availability 2 to 3 weeks. This was last week, so unavailable. Kennedy should be in instead of Orazio. I wouldn't mind seeing him as well. What has been working on? I haven't missed. I might have missed. Matt Carroll hasn't played either game this week. Is he injured? Don't know. Great question. I don't know. Yeah, I'm with you, Peter. Just get through, no injuries, and then lift the intensity defensively the week after. It's going to be scorching hot and uncomfortable for them, but that's good. Yeah. See the game plan in motion. That's all you care about. Love it. Love it. Okay. So we've got 20 minutes. So Caden's interview with myself comes out in 20 minutes. I want to show you guys. Maybe we should finish these polls. Let's go share screen. Who do you guys think is most likely to jump into the 8? I think it's Adelaide. And also, yeah, Carlton Collingwood's nearly sold out 3 months away. Greek Easter as well. Got the Crows. Yeah. No surprises, really. Oh, who's most likely to drop out? I think the Giants. I believe in the Saints. They've got the defense down pat. For me, it's Port or GWS to slip out. Yeah, I'm just going to go with Port and see what the consensus is. Melbourne? Nah, they can't slip out. Maybe. Let's take a look. All right. I'm going to show you my team. Let's go. Show my fantasy team. I might make a video on this. Probably not. This is what I'm rolling with. It's going to change, but this is kind of where I'm at. Thoughts? Feedback? What's my team name? Blue Abroad. Yeah. I've had Kryptonite. I've had Juggernaut. I've had... Yeah, that's it. No Charlie. Yeah, no Charlie. Yeah. I do have Zach Fisher, though. I think I might take him out, but we'll see. No Charlie. Too many early buy players? Oh, I haven't even thought of that. Oh, God. I haven't even thought of that. Okay. I like this kid, Charlie Lazaro. I'm a big fan. Nick Martin. Probably got to make room for him. I think I might have too much money on my bench here in the ruck. I think that might be an issue. And so I could upgrade here. Potentially. Actually, I definitely have too much money on a bench in the ruck. Yeah. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. Fish should be here. No? Yeah. He should be on the field. I also don't think Harley Reid's going to be a great scorer. Is it time to let go of Zach Fisher? Oh, come on. Is it? It is. Nah, it's not. They're going to get the ball in his hands. That's hilarious. That is so funny. Josh, if Walsh is in doubt for opening round, why wouldn't Kennedy be playing? Should be in the best team, in your opinion, easily now that we have four to six potential best 23 outs for opening round. If Walsh is in doubt, why wouldn't Kennedy be playing? Well, Cunners is now in the midfield mix. Looks like Hewitt's playing there for sure. It's a good question, though. It's a good question. Did I ever get a Zach Fisher autograph? No, I haven't had a player's autograph since today. I got Corey Durden's autograph when he sent me a letter to thank me for sponsoring him this year. Otherwise, yeah. I think Nick Martin for sure. For sure. And yeah, Holland is the other one. Definitely in the midfield mix. I loved what I saw from him last week. Yeah. Do I think Corey Durden will get a game? Yeah, eventually. He's had a bit of an interrupted preseason, so I think he might come and feature a little later. He had the shoulder surgery, so it took a while for him to get into full training and then contact. And then I think last week they said he had a hamstring issue. So, yeah, I think eventually he will. Unsure about Rayner? Yeah, I'm a sucker. I'm a believer. I am a believer. What is a headline you think we'll see this year in the AFL? Good question. I need more time. Maybe back-to-back Colemans. Maybe that's the headline. I don't even know if that's a headline. But it's a good question. Anyway. Is that all? Is there anything else? I don't know why Moya's not playing, but he's not. Oh, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do this quickly because it's an Eddie Betts Carlton themed footy grid. Let's play along. All right. Who is someone that is a 3-club player and has kicked 250 plus goals? Shit. 3-club player? For solo, he only played for Collingwood and Carlton, though. Jeremy Cameron. Oh, Jeremy Cameron. True. 3-club player. It's going to be popular. What? He's not a 3-club player. Disaster. Absolute disaster. I'm playing again. Greg Williams might fall short on goals. Jesse Hogan. So Freo, Melbourne, and the Giants. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Yeah. Oh, it's popular. A Crow who kicked 250 plus goals. I'm going to go with Andrew Jarman. Is it Andrew Jarman or Darren Jarman? Brett Burton. Oh. He took mark of the century against us in 2009. Who's a player that played for Carlton and kicked 250 goals in his career or more? I'm going to say Jeffrey Garlett. I'm going to say Jeffrey Garlett. Jared Garlett and Jeffrey. Did he kick? No, he might not have kicked 250 goals. Yeah, he didn't do it. Yeah. All right. Andreas Everett. Yes, I understand, Jasmina. He did not kick 250 plus goals. I'm not going to say Jeffrey Garlett. The girl knows her Jeff Garlett. A Carlton player who kicked 250 plus goals. Could go Fev. I mean, he definitely did. And we've also ruined it with 13% here. What about Aaron Hamill? What? He didn't kick 250 goals? Disaster. Disaster. It is unlimited guesses, though. Jared Waite. There we go. 3 club player that was 22 plus years old on debut. What? A 3 club player. It's 22 plus years old on debut. Lockie Neal? Was he over 22? Nah. He was over 22 when he debuted. Was he? Jed Lamb. I think Jed Lamb played early days. So, yeah, 3 club player. Jack Noons is a 3 club player. Did he debut at 22 or older? I don't know. Blake Acres is a 3 club player. Fantasia is a 3 club player. Ooh. Markov? Oleg Mark. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to think of like these Geelong Richmond names. Like Aaron Edwards. God. We have unlimited guesses. No worries, Lewis. Good to have you here, mate. Let's do an Orazio. No. It's not Orazio. James Podsiadly. Who did he play for? He played for Geelong and then Adelaide. But it's a 3 club player that we need. Caddy? Nah, he would have played early days at the Suns. Elshaw? Tony Elshaw. You know what? I'm going to back this in. No. No. Blakers? No. I remember Podsiadly, but he didn't play for 3 clubs. He played for Geelong. He played for Adelaide. Is that right? Where else did he play? James Podsiadly. Where else did he play? No, he didn't play for 3 clubs, bro. Yeah, correct. And we need 3 club player. Brad Hardy. Hey. All right. We need a Crow who debuted. Someone who played for Adelaide and was 22 plus years old on debut. This is Podsiadly. There you go. Oh, wow. Someone who played for Carlton and debuted over 22 years old. I'm going to go with Sam Rowe. Boom. All right. Tell me a 3 club player that played with 1 game with Eddie Betts. Yeah, you don't count as being on the for this game. You need to have played in a game, not just been on the list. 3 club player Henderson played a game with Eddie Betts. Yeah. What's that? Brisbane, Carlton, Geelong, for sure. I like that. And wow. Henderson can't hide when you share the screen at all. Lockie Henderson. Bang. Very good. Very good. Okay. Who's someone that played a game for the Crows and also was teammates with Eddie? Jake Lever. Yeah. Who's someone that played for Carlton and was teammates with Eddie Betts? Like random. Bryce. I was going to say Tom Williamson, but we don't claim him anymore. Let's go Bryce. Bryce Gibb. There we go. There we go. Look, we're rusty, but that's what happens when you don't practice. And that is that. Did Ed Kerno play a game for the Crows? Dill Buckley's another one. Anyway, guys, that was fun. Teams are out. Teams are here. We've spoken about them. Tomorrow, we have our final practice match, final dress rehearsal before the season starts. It's so exciting. It's so exciting. Thanks for tuning in, and see you tomorrow. See you shortly. In 4 minutes, my chat with Katie McDonald is live on the channel. Tomorrow morning, the Navy Blue Corners show will be on for you in the morning, so you're able to watch it before the game. I will be watching the Collingwood-Richmond game. We will have fan cams tomorrow when I get back from Icon Park. I will be in this chair, sweaty as all hell, but I think it's going to be a rough 10 p.m., 10:30 p.m. start. So we'll see you all tomorrow for the fan cams, and we just inch closer to the real stuff. Have a good one. Go Blues.